When beginning the document, you know where you're going to type because the cursor flashes on the page. Here you can see the cursor flashing and we can type. Now on the keyboard, you just begin to type. Now, because it's a word processor, don't worry about making any mistakes. If you make a spelling mistake, a grammar mistake, or even type the wrong word totally, then just carry on typing. The idea of a word processor is that you can always go back and change it before you save it and print it on paper. I've typed a few words. To come down to the next line, or what we refer to as a new paragraph, you hit the Enter key or Return key. That brings you onto a new paragraph. Remember, every time you hit the Enter or Return key, you create a new paragraph. A paragraph can have nothing on it at all, or it could have one line, one word, or a dozen lines of text. We can type something else here. Once you've typed, you can always go back and change if you made a mistake. Now, if you hit the backspace delete key, this will move you one space to the left. Now you can see that my cursor is flashing at the end of the last word, hi, and if I use the backspace delete, every time I tap that key, it goes back one space and removes the letter to the left. And we can keep pressing that to remove several words. If I wanted to remove the word brown on that same line, then I can move my cursor using the arrow keys, or often referred to as the cursor keys. Now you have 4 of these keys on a keyboard, one pointing left, one to the right, one up and one down. And as I move the cursor to the left using the left arrow key, it moves one character at a time, as you can see. Now this time I've moved in front of the word brown because I want to show you an alternative delete key. If I wanted to use the key we just used, the backspace delete, I would have put my cursor at the end of the word brown, because when we hit the backspace delete key, it moves one to the left. However, I'm in front of the word, so I can use an alternative key which is called delete. If you look on your keyboard, you'll see there is a key labelled simply delete. Now the delete key does not move the cursor. What it will do, it will remove the character to the right, and in doing so bring everything to the right by one character. Watch on the screen as I hit the delete key to remove the letter B. When I hit the delete key again, it removes the R, the O, so you'll notice that the cursor does not move position. Now if you make a mistake in using the delete keys, you can use what we call the undo. Looking at the top of our screen, in the top left, there is the quick access toolbar that has this small button with an arrow bending to the left, and this is the undo. Now every time I click on this, it will undo my previous action. Watch as I click several times on this button. Watch the word brown reappear. Now, if you click on the little arrow to the right, you can see there are several items that I can choose to undo. If I wanted to undo everything I did after I typed the word the brown fox did jump high, I can move my mouse down. You'll notice it highlights all of those, and I click and it will remove all of those actions I performed. I kind of travel back in time. Now, another useful feature when using a word processor for the first time is to be able to see all of the hidden characters that Microsoft Word puts in. For example, we can't see where the paragraph ends. Remember, every time we hit the Enter key, it creates a paragraph. We can't see those at the moment, but if we look at this button here in the paragraph section of the Home ribbon, we have a button called Show and Hide. And this shows you all of the hidden formatting symbols that Word uses. If I turn this on, if you look at my page now, you can see these little symbols that indicate where I press the Enter key to start a new paragraph. You'll also notice that everywhere I press the space bar to give me a space, there's a dot. Now, what you see here is the hidden characters that are not printed. Now, some people like to leave that turned on. Other people prefer to turn that off. So you can toggle that on and off. Show and hide. Now, another key that we can use on our keyboard is the caps lock. If you look on your keyboard, there will be a caps lock, and when I turn that on by just tapping the key once, now anything I type will remain in capital letters. If I press the caps lock key once more, it will turn off the caps lock and everything will be in lowercase. Now watch what happens when I press the Enter key to tell Word that I've finished typing that paragraph. You'll notice that the letter H will capitalise, and that's because Microsoft is adhering to the sentence rules, that all sentences and paragraphs begin with a capital first letter. If while you're typing if I want to type just a single capital letter myself, then I wouldn't press the caps lock because that will keep it turned on in capitals. So I press and hold the Shift key on the keyboard while I type the letter F. I let go of the Shift key and then type the remaining letters of the word.